then each sense organ has got a respective sphere of a respective sphere of world, experiential world. World of sounds, world of forms, world of taste, world of touch, world of smell. These are the spheres of different spheres of experience. Therefore, the sense organs would naturally in touch with its own sphere of world. The eyes would be taking all the colors and forms. Ears would be taking the sounds. Because ears have only access to the world of sounds. Eyes do not have access to the world of sounds. Therefore, each sense organ is a means independent by itself, and it has got its own spheres of experience. What is this experience? The experience of sound, the experience of taste, the experience of smell, ityadi. Therefore, matra sparshaha, he kaunteya, shita, ushna, sukha, dukkha. When each respective sense organ be in touch with its own objects, what will happen? At the physical level, you are going to have the sensation of heat and cold. At the physical level. At the mental level, what? Sukha and dukkha. Some sensations are favorable to you at times, and some are unfavorable to you. So when you respond with a sense of comfort with these sense organs, you have a sense of comfort with that, then it will give you sukha, it will give you dukkha. Therefore, sukha and dukkha, happiness and unhappiness at the level of the mind with respect to this sensation called heat and cold at the level of the physical body, it is what? It is within this empirical order of reality. You cannot circumvent it. Because all the time there is the sensation of heat and cold here, at the level of the mind there is a response. Some response are in the form of happiness, or some are in the form of unhappiness. That is called sukha and dukkha. Because it is happening to me, my response with reference to happiness or unhappiness is part of this order, empirical order. Therefore, my response, uncomfort means what? I won't be happy with an uncomfortable response. Therefore, it is that response in the form of sadness or happiness towards these sensations which are part of the empirical order of reality, because we are living in a sensory world, in the world of emotions. Bhagavan is saying, it is not part of you. Then what is that? It is agama vainaha. It is something which comes and goes. This sadness and happiness, both are something which come and go. Therefore, when there is an experience of sukha, you don't want to retain it. The moment you want to retain an experience sukha, then it goes away. It ebbs away. The moment there is sadness, the moment you start resisting it, it is going to stay with you. Therefore, this understanding that whenever there is comfortable reaction, sadness and happiness in you with reference to your response to the world, or the world is giving you that with the heat and cold at the physical level, the world is giving you that, then naturally your response would be comfortable, because if it is too cold, the body cannot take it. Then you have to protect it. Then the situation, the climate would become uncomfortable. It is too hot, then you have to do something. So what you do is something which is in your authority, but when you react by resisting, then it is your own baby. You are creating that thought build-up. Therefore, the sensory world and the emotions are part of this empirical order of reality. That is not your nature. That's why Bhagavan is saying, it is not your nature. No emotion is your nature, because emotion is something which is happening to you. You are the one who is knowing it. Therefore, it is me, not I. It is me, not I, because it is not your nature. With this understanding, if you take your emotions, what will happen? With every emotion, there would not be any resistance. And you will be appreciating it. Neither you want to come out of it, nor you want to stay with it. Therefore, you are in a witness state. It is like neither there is a demand, nor there is a resistance. You are simply, sadness is, I am there. Because sadness, I know, is not part of my nature. Therefore, what is happening at that point of time? You are a sakshi, a witness. You neither want to hold on to it, nor you want to come out of it. There is no thought build-up. That thought build-up is resolved by this understanding. Therefore, in that sense, Bhagavan is saying, Agama apayina. Tan tidikshasva bharata. Tidikshasva means what? May you, tidiksha it is sakanam sarvadukhanam apradhikara purvagam sa tidiksha nigadyade. Tidiksha is endurance. You endure it. What can, as they say, what cannot be cured must be endured. So you cannot do anything about it. Therefore, you are a sakshi, you are a witness to it. When Bhagavan is talking about more, the next class we will be seeing. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.